Jay from Team DMA coming at you with another video. So this video is going to be regarding once again the GoldenEye profile. So obviously it takes about somewhere around 7 days of playtesting. And what does that give you? I think it gives you somewhere around close to 100 duels. Now I know some people can sit down and do 100 duels in a few hours, but I don't have that kind of time. So what I do is I kind of sneak them in two, three, or even five one day, and then another five the next day, and like that I'll keep sneaking in. So it takes me about 5 to 7 days to sneak in about 100 duels or more than that. I know some people like to play test going upwards of more than 200 duels, but I wouldn't want to use opinion because opinions don't really matter. The only thing that matters is the result. So I would say I would use the word in my experience. I have been seeing that a profile that's tested somewhere around 100 duels is definitely a profile that can either make you or break you. Like that is a standard. Now I've heard of people saying that 50 duels is enough, but that's kind of not true. The reason why, because the hidden reason of 100 duels is because you want all the variety of decks. So a lot of people don't know, but there's hundreds of Yu-Gi-Oh decks, hundreds and hundreds. There's a lot of variations. One deck can be played like in 6 different ways. I know some decks that can be played on more than 10 different ways. I mean, the Dark Magician by itself has like a standard 8 versions to it. So there's a lot of decks to begin with, and then a lot of variations to top that off. So you might be having over 2 to 3,000 variations of decks. So that's why you want to do a high number of duels, because you want to see what it does against certain, excuse me, against certain matchups, against certain decks. So a lot of the I know I keep referring to them, but it's a really high emphasis on fake Yu-Gi-Oh players because they lie to you and you fall for the trap and you never win. So what happens with this is you become frustrated, you get headaches, and then you quit Yu-Gi-Oh or you leave the deck. And in reality, so as I was saying, um, there's a lot of variations of the deck, and on this specific profile, what we did. So, sorry about that. I had to go check the door. Something was going on outside, but we lowered the amount of allures to two, to two. In this case, I didn't have any issues. Substitute for allures, they can be the restage in the left hand. It is broken. Like once you're able to stop, like if you ever gotten impermed or solemn judgment or evenly matched, like you probably know what the feeling is. Like kind of like also people who've gotten a B-root, you don't know what it feels like. You don't know the experience until it happens to you. Like it's one thing to tell you, it's another thing to go through it. Like getting your whole board wiped out with the Nibiru or the evenly matched, or there's just so many cards that can wipe out your field. Um, the left hand is a very, very big deal. Imperm no longer resolves against you. It's a thing of the past. Like, so there's thousands and thousands of tournament people that play, like official, like when you go to your locals, tournaments, YCS nationals, and the imperms always resolve. They come off the hand. They don't even sit them face down. Even the evenly matched, they're hand traps. It's a really cool feeling when you're playing the left hand because the the imperms are a thing of the past. They don't exist. Like your opponent has imperms in their deck, but they do nothing to you. And all their evenly match is the same thing, because what they're doing is triggering it, and it counts as the first trap, so it's negated. So I play it the left hand, and it's a funny feeling that you get because you see these broken cards that no one can defeat, and famous YouTubers are losing to them, but they have no effect on you. I'm not saying they're not being played; they are being played, but they don't do anything. They appear as negated, and then the rest of their cards, like their spells, the village is taking care of it. So your opponent has 6 cards, but they're all negated, all 6 cards. So he has to make a decision whether to surrender so that he doesn't lose your time, or he has to make the decision to continue to play and to lose your time further. So those are the decisions that he has to make. Um, so those are the cards that you can substitute. Now the question before we move on to the deck, what is the mandatory that, because we want to know what's popular, what's mandatory. What was mandatory is then the substitute for the allures. People are playing 3 super poly. That is the other option. Unfortunately, it's like people can argue all they want, but if it's not true, then nobody can give you the answer. Like I asked a lot of people this question and nobody gives the answer. The reason why is because they know they're wrong. So what is the question that I'm asking? What happens when you play Shifter on Dark World? So in case you don't know what that does, that's an auto win. Because all they're doing is sending monsters to the graveyard. They don't do anything else. And people can say, oh, there's a lot of other interactions. Those are lies. So a Dark World deck can send anywhere from 10 to like 15 monsters to the graveyard in one turn. It's not even special, it's just the basics. And they need to do that because all the effects trigger like that. So he's got the monster up, it's got the effect. We don't really care about any of that. So we're going to be stacking a specific card we want. We're going to be triggering the effect. And the reason for that is because in the beginning, if you notice, we discarded, let me take a look at this, because as I was talking, I missed it. Oh yeah, he triggered the effect during his turn, remember, to send the card. So you're going to want to send a Dark Magician or Dark Magician Girl so you can make all your Dark Magician cards live. So that's what I missed there. And after that, your Souls is live, so you're going to stack Rod, get Rod, normal, activate, and then the regular play. So from here, you don't know exactly what he has in the back, right? You don't know for sure. So you're going to want to first play the cards that you can before they do anything, because it could get nasty. So you never know what's in the back. So we went ahead and played the Super Poly, and then from there we waited, and then he activated the effect. He's going to be we're going to take a look here, I think, banishing cards. So we're going to chain to get Dark Magician Girl back to the deck. And even when you see me play against like Tier 0 undefeated Kashtira, this is like a very common combo where you save your Dark Magician or Dark Magician Girl because you want to draw power later. And you've seen me do it against Kashtira a lot because they try to banish your graveyard. Or even Bestial, the Soul Servant helps you to burn those cards that they're playing. After that, we play the Salvation. And he changed the effect to his monster in the graveyard, and he pops your Starving Venom. And then from there, we went ahead and set there can only be one. And we're going to be going ahead and triggering the Allure. That's going to allow us to draw 2, and then banish. And then we're going to draw, and we draw again. Then we're going to set the card to follow up. So from here, what you're going to want to do is dig deeper into the deck, because a lot of things, something that I always emphasize is if you can't draw from your deck, then don't play Dark Magician. Choose another deck. Choose another deck because you're not going to win. You're going to want to draw from your deck always, because when you draw from your deck, what you're doing is you're burning up all your opponent's hand traps, and sometimes you don't even need to draw, you're just burning them, and you need to thin out the deck so that you can get into the more powerful draw power cards. So at this point, he's going to be triggering effects, and usually this is a very common play from them, to be sending cards to the graveyard, to popping cards, and then from there, what they're going to be doing is special summoning cards onto the field, and they're going to start fusing and doing stuff like that to murder you. So what you do from there is you just bait them, and basically they're wasting your time. They don't know that yet. They're going to be popping the card, and that's one of the reasons why with Dark World you want to set some cards like Soul Servant, because your trigger, everything's rigged. It's all rigged, and you're triggering their hand traps together with their monster effects in the graveyard. What they're not aware of is you're wasting their time, and everything's rigged. They don't know any of that. Only you do. So as you can see, you're burning up all their moves. Everything's getting burned up. He's going to be triggering the effect, bringing the Starving Venom and hitting you with it, but you don't worry about that at all. It doesn't matter. So we're going to be triggering the effect, activating the effect to draw. You're going to be popping 2 cards in the back. Now in reality, we were supposed to send what's it called? There can only be one, but I misclicked. I was supposed to click on it, and I thought I did, and I put finished, and I clicked in my mind. I didn't click on the actual game. So you don't want to cry over that. You just want to continue to draw. And at that point, it doesn't matter at all, because as you can see, we entered into the Spellbook engine, send it to the graveyard. That opens up the field. Dark Magician onto the field. We're going to go ahead and attack and boost. He's gone. So he's going to be triggering the effect of the Starving Venom, but it's not going to work. Dark Magician is not going anywhere. And there can only be one worked out anyways, because he's not able to special summon anything. He's locked, and he's in defense, and you don't want to turn things off if you can't OTK, because then you might be in trouble. So he's going to set cards face down because he's locked. We're going to go ahead and trigger the effect, draw, and now you're pretty much broken. There's nothing they can do. At this point, it doesn't matter what deck you're playing against. It could be Kashtira, it could be Branded, you name the deck. At this point, the cards that you have face down, everyone's wasting your time. It doesn't matter if it's tier 1, tier 0, they're all wasting your time. This guy's wasting your time, tier 0 decks are wasting your time, tier 1 decks are wasting your time. They don't know it, only you know. You have your follow-up play with the Bestial, so we're going to be triggering the effect, draw, Link Spider, open it up, and then there's a reason why you're going to be doing this here. You're going to be opening it up, but I didn't think I could do the OTK yet, so I left it alone. Also, we have stuff to negate everything and stop attack, so it doesn't matter to me. So because he didn't do nothing, we can trigger it now. And the follow-up plays from here. We have the village. He's not going to be playing any more spells, and we're going to be trying to go into a Dragoon from here. And so now no spells, no attacks, no effects. So he's gonna start being crushed. I don't remember how many. Okay, he removed all of the, what's it called? All of the rods. That doesn't matter. But you have the Bestial lineup. No more spells, so he can say goodbye to spells. No attacks, no effects. And then the Bestial on top of that, you're gonna be banishing from the graveyard. It's gonna be broken. He's not gonna have anything to do, and you're almost at the end of the deck, so you can see how fast you're drawing. And then to top that up, you're gonna be drawing a Soul Servant soon, and or the Magician Souls, which allow you to draw more. And what's gonna be happening from there is you're gonna be getting the Circle Eternal with the village and the Skill Drain. So to put it in short, no more spells, no more effects, and you're gonna be banishing, and you have the Bestial in the back, and then with the what's it called, the Called by the Grave, and you're going to be drawing more. The deck is just getting started. Like, a lot of people think that, oh no, that's all I can do. No, it's not. Even with the cards that are remaining in the deck, because you haven't gone into your circles yet, or your fusions. So you're going to be entering a Dragoon. You have multiple Dragoons in the deck, and people are going to argue like, oh, well, the deck was mediocre. No, it wasn't. The deck you were playing against was very violent. It's just that you stunned it and you stopped it, and now you're just negating everything. He has a lot of cards, but none of the cards are going to do anything anymore. So he figured out that he was wasting our time, and he's going to be leaving. So we're going to be moving on to the next duel. So we're at the next duel now. So there's going to be a duel against the Traptrix. So we're going to be taking a look at what's going on here. So they're going to be summoning their monster, pitching their field spell. They're going to be linking. This is a typical line of Traptrix. They're going to be searching for the traps. This is just very common. Searching more traps, setting them face down, activating traps from their hand, bringing tokens onto the field, special summoning monsters, and then they're going into their SYZ. And basically, the field spell together with the Traptrix, they're all protecting themselves, plus the back. In the back, you already know what they typically have. More negations, more banishes, and then evenly matched and stuff like that. They also play hand traps. So Traptrix is broken, and it's a budget deck, so you can't take these decks lightly. Like, a lot of people talk trash on Traptrix. They talk trash on everything, but the reality is they're all aligned. These are very extremely powerful decks. These decks are able to go into the nationals, like top 16 or even top 80. The regionals, they even get closer to like top 16. So it's not a joke. They're not bluff decks. They're really powerful. So you don't want to take any chances. Super Poly enter, then they're going to banish. This is a very typical line. Play for a Traptrix. They're going to be chaining, activating effect. If you don't know what it does, it's going to be popping the card, and there you go. You're going to be sending with the Soul Servant. He's going to be changing the negates, just as we had already mentioned before. We're going to be triggering the lures, drawing, extending, banishing, and then we're going to be triggering the effect of Bestial, and then the field spell activates. You can't be destroyed by battle. They're going to be going until their XYZ once again, and we're going to be triggering to stop that right away. The card is not affected at this point, and it can be destroyed, but when it goes to the graveyard, because cards on the field, that specific card, you won't be able to negate it or stop it, like they're invincible. But at the point, it doesn't matter, because Bestial goes to the graveyard, and it's no longer a field effect, it's a graveyard, so it pops it anyways, it's gone. Then after that, it leaves all the other monsters to be shut down under the Skill Drain. So he's going to be playing a bunch of cards, but he's wasting your time at this point. He doesn't know it yet. You'll be triggering the effect, activate, and then he's going to be triggering the effect to set your Dark Magician face down, triggering the effect, and you negate it with the Skill Drain. The Skill Drain is ongoing. It's going to be there forever until he gets rid of it. We're going to be setting a card, and then we'll be setting another card. And now he can attack. There's no more effects, and we're going to be popping cards in the back. So at this point, there's no need to do anything, because he's basically locked. He's, like I said, he's wasting your time. He doesn't know yet. He's going to be going into the Nibiru. They're triggering the effect, and he's going to be surpassing that. Someone can leave in the comments why it's not affected. Why it could have to be with the field spell. I don't know for sure. But we're going to be getting rid of all of that right now. We're going to be triggering Twin Twister because you don't want your opponent to gain ground on you. That's a negative thing. So they're getting rid of those cards. And then he's going to be attacking, and then we're going to be triggering the effect. In defense, blocking it. He's going to be sending the card face down, and this is going to be pretty much over. We're going to be activating, and we're going to be sending everything to draw. And from here, Dark Magician is going to open it fully. So in case you don't know the line of play here, we're going to be drawing 2. And then with the circle, we're going to be activating. And then from there, we're going to be activating the effect of, what's it called? Eternal to special summon Dark Magician. We're going to banish the face down card because we don't want any surprises. Then after that, you're going to be linking into, what's his name? Into the swordsman, and he's a dragon. And then after that, you're going to be able to chain with secrets. You're going to be entering Dragoon. Circle's going to be activated as well. And on top of that, you're going to have an extra card that you drew from the Soul Servant. So you're going to be having the Omni negate, the Circle, the Eternal. And then on top of all of that, you're also going to have the Princess Illusion, so they're not going to be getting over them. And their field is gone. You popped the, what's it called? You popped the Nibiru to 3,000. You hit them with another 3,000. That's going to be 6,000. So you're going to have 2,000 left. You're going to have the Omni negate with the banish and the boost. And then next turn, you're going to be drawing cards again. And he has to make a decision, like, does he want to continue wasting your time or does he want to leave? And those are the options that he has. He can try to play evenly. There's a lot of cards, but all of those cards are useless, like Vortex, you name it, it's all useless. It doesn't matter what he summons, you're going to be banishing it. Traps that he sits in the back are going to be banished. So from the beginning, he was wasting your time, but like I said, he didn't know it. But he is currently just aware of the situation, which means he wasted his time and he was wasting our time. And that's going to be the end of the video. Hopefully you like it. Please comment, subscribe, and leave a comment underneath, letting me know what you think. And then this is a follow-up to you, GoldenEye, to your profile. So the profile is the same like the profile I sent you, but there was some minor changes. The lure stayed at 2, and then I added one Twin Twister, because you're going to be noticing when you go against these decks, and there's a lot of trap tricks, a lot of labyrinth, you're going to need ways to pop the backfield. If you sleep on that, like if you think that what I'm saying is wrong, what you're going to find out is you're not going to be winning any duels anymore. All of your duels, you're going to be good at losing. So what you want to be is good at winning, because if you pay attention to a lot of the Dark Magician community, when it comes to like Naturia decks, Tier 0 decks, Labyrinth with like nationals and regionals versions. So what does that mean? That you can no longer play spells. Naturia 2, there's a lot of decks. Dark Magician players, the videos are rigged. Most of all of them are fake because they don't show you duels with those decks. And me, I'm different. I have a lot of duels with duels that you cannot play spells and they don't affect you. That's why you're gonna want to have some backup. And believe me, the Twin Twister is a good way to help you out with popping those cards that are going to be negating all of your spells, especially in Labyrinth and these Trap Tricks decks that they're going to be establishing a lot of negates against you. Your options are get used to all of the negates, or do it like me, get rid of all the negates, and that's a lot easier. So that's pretty much it. As you've been seeing, I don't even touch my extra deck to show you how powerful the deck is. Like once I start going into the extra deck, you're going to be tripping, like what the heck? You're going to be noticing you have 9 negates like nothing. And that's going to be it for the video. It's been long enough. And with that having been said, God bless, take care, and Dark Magic Attack.